Welcome to the September Project, otherwise known as the Haunted Stitcher. Good morning, good morning. Good morning. I have started this video over 3 times. I was going to do a voiceover because I don't know how long this is going to take. I don't know what I'm going to do. I already cut. Oopsie, there goes my stuff for today. My text. I already cut this page. And tomorrow's going to be this part with something. Today's going to be this. Now, the hinge for each of these pages is on the very edge, so I might have to do something here. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. The second page in my journal says, the second page in my story says, Lizzie's grandmother taught her the art of piecing bits of fabric together, old aprons, old flour sacks, old Sunday dresses, always making a bigger piece out of a smaller piece. So, that's got to go here somewhere. Now, it could go here. It could go here. I don't really want to reprint it and make it smaller. I wish it was smaller. Maybe it could be a tip-in. Ooh. It's going to go here. It's going to go here. Because it's the same width as the page. Coincidentally. All right, where's my Scotch tape? I'm using regular Scotch tape on some of this because once it's covered up, it'll be covered up and then you won't be able to see it, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, hold on a second. How do I want this? Okay, so it needs to go here. And then here. Leave a tiny gap. Yes, I may have been outside already and doing some stuff in the dirt. Okay, that's going to go like that. I'm going to do something here, something here, something here, something here. What? I don't know. However, I was trying to not use Tim Holtz products because I really want to make my own. I may have gotten some in the mail yesterday and had illusions of doing some stuff with them today. Then one of you left me a really kind message that said something to the effect of, I like what you're doing because you're not using Tim Holtz stuff. You're trying to be inspired by him. And I'm like, oh, shoot. I did buy some stuff. It is expensive. I agree. However, I think tariffs is going to price us all out of the market because Ali Edwards stuff is crazy priced. I understand why. The independent people are having a really, really tough time. I don't know how much longer people in different countries can handle Patreon in the United States. Well, they're not selling. I don't know. It's all. I've had 2 people say they can no longer sell small-time artists. They can no longer sell to the United States because of the tariffs that are going to be incurred on their stuff, which they have to pass on, which is why we are, as Americans, going to pay for it, no matter what they try to tell you on the fake news. Anyhow, so it's going to start becoming a problem, I think. So people like Tim Holtz, it's not kind of fair because they have a huge order amount from a plant in China and therefore they get a better price and they can perhaps swallow prices easier, although nobody should have to swallow the prices of the tariffs. That's just how I see it. Anyhow, okay, so I went back and I'm like, oh, I don't want to use this stuff. The stuff I got, in all fairness, may not work on here. Might not. But I went back and I made some of my own. He's got these things, I can't remember what he calls them. Strips. they're like strips of paper, and they've got different ads and different stuff that he's got them for Christmas and Halloween. So I went back and I made my own out of pictures out of the abandoned book, the abandoned buildings book that I have, and just took sections of different ones and different pieces of rust, and then I put some ransom note letters and wrote paranormal run haunted and put that in with a whole bunch of stuff with gears and rusty gears. So I made my own Tim Holtz paper, really and truly, and I don't hate it. And then this morning I was telling my husband about it. We were sitting outside drinking coffee, and I'm like, ooh, I see a spider web in the corner on the front porch. That would make a great piece of paper. So then I was like, ooh, here's bricks. Ooh, this cement has some leaves on it and stuff. Ooh, we have marble in the kitchen, or granite in the kitchen. Ooh, we have old pottery from the houses that were covered up by water when they built this lake. We have a basket, an Indian, I have the Gullah people baskets from Charleston. I have one of those. What would that texture look like? Oh, I have silver. Too bad I polished the silver. That would have even been better. Blah, 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 blah. So I made some more paper out of all of the stuff I was seeing and took around my house. Bricks from the walkway in the front porch. This is in pottery from what we found when the water went down and we could get to old homesteads. There's the spider web on the corner of our house. There's some bricks. Nope. Yeah. This is a railroad tie that's around our flower bed. This happens to be the dusty dryer vent outside. That's the driveway that has moss on it this time of year. This is, I don't remember. This is a piece of fabric. That is, I just dropped some stuff. This is some of those rocks blown up. Not rocks, pottery bits. I just went around and took pictures. Oh, this is a, what is that? Something red. I don't know what that is. Anyhow, I made my own textured background paper. That was fun. So now, then I went and got images off of Pinterest and stuff, and I have a bunch of gears, and I'll be using those too. So anyhow, the story for today is, so I'm going to try to stick to my own stuff. Long story short. And not because I was intimidated, because I do want to create my own stuff. I can't tell you how much fun I had taking pictures of the dryer vent with cobwebs all over it, or the brickwork on the edge of the front porch, or the green algae driveway, or the marble from the kitchen counters, or the old pottery that we collected in 20 years ago whenever they took the water down to make the dam. Homesteads started appearing in some of the shallow parts because they took down tens and tens of feet because they wanted to repair some of the stuff on the dam, so they had to take the water way down, and old homesteads started appearing, which we knew they were there. They just had been covered up with water. But anyhow, that was fun. So that my husband's like, "What are you doing?" He goes, "Gunner, now what does she do?" Oh, there's a picture of Gunner's fur. I didn't put that on there. Okay. He's like, "Gunner, now what is she doing?" Gunner's like, "I don't know." They're both shaking their heads at me, and I was just having the time of my life. So we know that Lizzie Gordon's grandmother taught her how to quilt, and she used a lot of old aprons. So I have some aprons on here that I got off of Pinterest. But I really don't want to cover the whole. I don't want it to be aprons in your face. Oh, this happens to be the right color green. Okay. What color is this? Raw umber. Okay. I'm going to try to like grunge up the edges. So I might go fast forward now because I've told you all about my fun times this morning and messing around in here already this morning as I'm watching football. My team played last night. Don't tell me the score because I haven't looked at it yet. I don't want to know. I don't want to know if they won or lost. It's still preseason. I think this is the last game of preseason. I thought preseason was 4 games, but who knows? They didn't consult me. All right. I think I'm going to go fast forward because I can do some stuff without... I can hear the husband and the dog in the hallway. They better not be trying to get me. Plus, I found these other 2 containers of stuff. It is... I thought I left all this Halloween stuff at the beach. Oh my. Oh my. Oh my. This is stuff that I bought last year. That doesn't count, right? Some of this is Ali Edwards, which I will not be using. But here's like the Tim Holtz paper. I thought I took this, left this there. I'm glad I brought it back. Some of this stuff is fabulous. Fabulous. All of it's fabulous. But if you'll notice, I still have the same amount I did last year. Because I photocopy it. And hoard the originals. What's in this? I had these 2 folders. What's in this one? Oh. This is some Halloween paper that I bought. That's commercial, but it's also cutesy. It's not gonna... Oh, but I love this one. The mummy. Okay. Oh, I think this is Ali Edwards. Or maybe not. Maybe this is Simple Stories. Maybe it's Ali Edwards. Oh, I don't know. Okay, perhaps I need to go through this on my own time. Okay, this is definitely Halloween. Oh my God, there's all kinds of stuff in here. Okay, I'm so thrilled I found that. Because really and truly, I wanted to add these words on top of my paper. And there's also all these little bits of ephemera. All these little things are gold. Gold, I say. Oh yeah, these books. Wicked. I think I used some of them last year. Oh, he's great. But this may not go in a haunted sewing machine journal. What is this? Oh yeah. Oh, here's Bewitched. Ooh, these things. Oh. Oh. Okay, I'm going to fast forward because this is going to be too fun. And these are the chipboard things from Ali Edwards kits. But I say these because these are great shapes. I might use that today, actually. I'm going to go fast forward. I'm going to stop talking to you and go fast forward. So, I turned on the 49ers football game. Don't tell me if they won or not. Hopefully they did. And I started just going to town, for lack of a better description. I edged things, I outlined things, I created lines that weren't there, I smudged a ton of stuff. My hands are even worse looking than when I first started. Now, there was a tiny bit of paper that was painted on this already, but I have taken pieces of other pieces of paper, added it on, grunged it up some more, and then when it looked like it was grunged enough, I added just a tiny bit more. And I wanted, all in all, I am trying to not copy, but learn from the people, the makers for Tim Holtz, the people that create with his products um, for his channel and stuff. And there's a lot of grunge. There's a lot thicker product. There's some kind of spackling paste. There's uh, all kinds of different things I can add on here. None of which I have. um, as far as that kind of special paste and paint and all this kind of stuff. But I do have matte medium, and I think I'm going to add tonight, before I go to bed. I'm going to add some maybe matte medium in glumps, for lack of a better word, on the bottom half here for my page tomorrow, just to see, again, practicing with paper for next month, what will happen when it dries and how thick will it look, and can I go over it then with, Neocolor 2s, my trio, my Neocolor 2s, my Stabilos, and my Tempera paint sticks. All of this is just me kind of adding spots, tiny bits, smudging them, getting them wet, drying them, adding a different color on top, over and over and over. It's very meditative once you get it to a point where you're listening to the narration of a football game, and the which college they all went to, and because right now it's still preseason, so they are not. A lot of these players aren't signed yet. They have until Tuesday afternoon to finish signing who they're going to keep for the rest of the year. So they're still like auditioning people through training camp, through this, through that, whatever. All of that to say, their gears are still in process, and my gears are still in process. Now, I noticed that my camera is rather high. I don't know how it got higher. I didn't move it, but I will lower it tomorrow. But I want to add matte medium to a layer and see what kind of texture I come up with after it dries overnight, and can I do stuff on top of it. I think I can with matte medium. Will it show any difference? I'm not sure, but I'm going to try. But I have layered and layered, and like it does get meditative. But I think just these tiny, I'm barely touching whatever I'm using, whatever tool, Stabilo's Tempera paint sticks or Neocolor 2s, barely touching it. Some I got wet, some I just smudged. But the detail and the extra oomph it adds is not to be measured. It is so much better looking. And I'm not bragging on my own stuff. I'm just saying that this is what those maker ladies do, maker people do. And I'm trying to take lessons from them without enrolling in any of their classes. I don't know if they have classes or not. I know some of them, I heard him say one time that they sell kits to some of the things they made with his products. I'm making my own kit. So I'm going back to these ransom letters. These might appear more than once throughout this month, but we shall see. Throughout the month of September, I'm cheating. I'm starting early, but and you can get these. I have tons of them that I've cut out myself for magazines. But it was fun. Now, so far we haven't seen any fabric in this journal. There might be fabric in this journal. There might be stitching in this journal. There might be extra threads in this journal. Not from a sewing machine. My sewing machine is too high-tech and too computerized. I could use my granddaughter's, but I'm still in hopes that one day she'll come back here and want to use it, and I don't want to mess it up. But my machine is too high-tech for paper. I'm very selfish with how I use that machine. But anyhow, there's other ways to sew. You don't have to have a sewing machine. Just saying. Just saying. Hint, 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 hint. So I'm layering. I'm trying to layer things up here. Everything that's sitting here is free game. And I keep using the same colors. Green, malachite green, ochre, ochre, sorry, a olive green, light and dark, a raw umber, and black. Pretty much the colors that I keep adding, and shades of those in tempera paint sticks also. Just natural colors, natural colors. And I like how it turned out. I think I did well. I was going to put something on here from the Tim Holtz stuff that I found. Those are those sheets that I was talking about, those strips. So I have taken some more pictures, and I might take pictures of or photocopy some. I was going to use this piece right here, but I decided not to. I decided I liked what I had of my own. See? But I can take a picture of that and add it to a strip of stuff I've already taken, and voila, I have my own strip. That's the whole point of this. So I'm going to fix my camera so it's at a lower angle, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.